Hello everybody, it is I, Grandback, and today we will be going over what if BRELOOM was in Gen 1 OU. Now starting off, obviously we have that big attack stat, and we have a fighting type, and as we all know, the fighting type is historically really bad in Generation 1. When that, I guess in some ways that doesn't really change here, because with all of the fighting types in Gen 1, I don't think BRELOOM can run any of them. Like low kick, no. Submission, no. Seismic toss, it does worm, but that the set damage, it doesn't count. I think that's everything that's in Gen 1. But it doesn't matter, because I'm telling you right now, these stats might not look like much, and when you're a grass and fighting type, so when you're weak to both ice moves and psychic moves and 4 times the flying, then my team gets bad. But I'm just warning you right now, this guy is terrifying. And I'm not exaggerating at all. Let's just start off by going over, the fact that he can learn some pretty good moves for Gen 1 standards. Body Swim and Double Edge are, some pretty good ones. Leech Seed exists, but it's not really that good. Swedge Bomb is physical in, Gen 1. So against stuff like Executor, that's pretty good. And you have, Stun Spore for Paralysis, Substitute. You also have, Hyper Beam. If I can find it, yeah, Hyper Beam right there. You also have Mega Drain if you want some stab, though you're mainly only using that right on exactly. However, none of that matters. It really doesn't. And I think a lot of you already have a pretty good idea about where I'm going with this. And you might have already seen it in his move pool. Also, yes, counter. Yeah, that's the thing. But there is one move. One horrifying move that he can learn in Gen 1 that, quite frankly, the meta is just not prepared for. And that is Spore. 100% accurate, causes the target to fall asleep. And considering this is Gen 1, the turn you wake up is the turn you don't do anything. This alone is enough to where BRELOOM, I think, would be too strong for the OU tier. Let's start look at these stats, shall we? Yeah, that HP, not the best. And that special, you've probably seen better. But keep in mind that special is only 10 with Centauros. It's the same as Aggron as the last video I did. And that attack set is pretty dang good. But that speed, something that might seem like much to you. But I'll go over why that's a big deal in a moment. But first, let's go over some of these other moves it can learn. Because obviously, along with putting stuff to sweep, it can also paralyze things. It has sword stance, hyper beam. Are you actually kidding me right now? Imagine being able to easily put something to sleep, maybe paralyzing something else, and then you just boost up your attack and just murder everything with hyper beam. That is terrifying. And now you might be thinking, what was with Gengar? Which, yeah, that might kind of suck. But also, Gengar doesn't want to be paralyzed. And if, let's say, you're leading with BRELOOM for whatever reason, and he has, Hypnosis, I don't think Gengar wants to risk that. I don't think he's risking Hypnosis missing. Which means he either has to switch out, needs to explode, or he needs to, sacrifice another Mon to fall asleep. But let's just give it a Stun Spore for a little bit and see what else he can learn. Because, like I said before, Body Swam's pretty good. Double Edge, you just want a strong attacking move without, major, downsides. Because, recalls, whatever. I don't think Leech Seed is that great in Gen 1. It has, grass if you want to, heal a little bit. Seismic toss you can use if you want to hit Gengar without you needing, without, if you just want to use Hyper Beam as, a secondary move. And then, Switch Bomb exists if you want to hit, Executor. Though I'm pretty sure Hyper Beam is still plenty good on its own. And, it also has Growth. So, it already has, Mega Drain. And what else? What other special moves does it learn? Sword Beam, but that's kind of bad. I don't think he were any special moves that are really useful, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think so. But still, that's like an option, I guess. But like for the most part, I don't think it matters that much. I think Spore, Sword Stance, and Hyper Beam are all must-haves. And then this last one is either Stun Spore, if you want to like paralyze stuff, to do even more status, or Mega Drain, if you want to be able to like kill like right on exactly. Personally, I would prefer Stun Spore, but it depends on your team. Also, this is like the third video I've done in a row with like a what if. And yet again, this is yet another person who does really good with helping Zapdos. I might have a problem. I might be giving Zapdos a little... Yeah. Whoever I do next, he's probably going to need to give like Zapdos a hard time. But anyways, yeah, let's quickly like switch this to Gen 1 just so that like we can just see that special stat. And yeah, like I said before, that's only 10 less than Tauros. So I would say it's not that bad actually, if we're going by that. And to be honest, it doesn't really need to like kill a lot of stuff on the special side. The only thing it needs to do is survive. And it's Gen 1. So yeah, full defenses and everything, full HP, you are probably surviving. Now, are you surviving Executor Psychic? No. Surviving Alakazam Psychic? Definitely not. What about Starmie Psychic that's having it? Or Blizzard? I'm assuming no. Chansey's... You might survive Chansey's Ice Beam. That I wouldn't be surprised if you survive. Didn't bother like redoing a calc on it. But a lot of that doesn't really matter. It really doesn't. Because let's look at some of the top mons in like OU. Chansey. Rhydon. Like Snorlax. Executor. Then you have like Slowbro and Slowbro or Cloyster. Who do I wanna... Let's just go with Slowbro, because all these are the same. Look at the stats for all of these. 50 base speed. 40. 30. 55. 30. BRELOOM easily outspeeds all of these. And keep in mind that this is Gen 1. So there are two huge things here. One, no, like EVs. So like everything is always going to be like the same speed no matter what. Though to be honest, you weren't going to like invest speed on any of these anyways. So there's that. But also, there's no previews. So you don't know what your opponent has until they take it out. So that would create such an unhealthy meta. Because it doesn't matter what you do. Let's say you, let's say you have a Zapdos out, you switch to your Rhydon. You either, like, switch out. Or actually, no, for Rhydon in particular, you just switch out because BRELOOM will resist all of its moves. What do you do in that case? Because now your opponent has a 100% accurate Spore. Do you let it put your Rhydon to sleep? Or do you just have to sacrifice something else? This is also part of the reason why I would heavily prefer Stun Spore over, like a Mega Drain. Because, like, Rhydon truly can't do anything either, and it really doesn't want to stay in. Rhydon is really valuable. But all of these are. Like, obviously, Executor is, like, the 5th best Pokemon in the game. And, like, to have BRELOOM be able to 100% outspeed and put your sweeper to sleep? Like, what can Executor do if it can't put anything to sleep, can't paralyze, or can't explode? And not only that, since Executor is always faster, or not Executor, BRELOOM. BRELOOM puts Executor to sleep. BRELOOM can just keep building up sword stances until you switch out or until you wake up again. And the moment you wake up again, BRELOOM just puts you asleep again. Like, there's like literally no counterplay whatsoever. And then like, sure, like Slowbro likes to use rest. And like it could like paralyze it, but like it doesn't matter. Like, if you're not resting yet, so let's say you like you just purposely just like don't hit the Slowbro, you just let like BRELOOM take care of it. Like, it's useless. Slowbro is usually just like a win con in Gen 1, but it can't even do that if like this thing is here, and you won't know if it's there until your opponent takes it out. And Snorlax and Chansey. Now Chansey could like probably do damage with like let's say Ice Beam. And if BRELOOM does get paralyzed, it becomes significantly less scary. But like these right here are the two best mons in the game, or two of the best mons, like the second and third. If you have both of those, like if there's one Pokemon can easily be a threat to the like the best mons in the game, like it's terrifying, and it's just like not healthy. And yes, like Psychics can like probably take care of BRELOOM very easily, and Zapdos can take care of BRELOOM very easily. But that's only if they get a clean switch in. Like, obviously you're not going to take BRELOOM out against like a Psychic type or Zapdos. You're going to take it out once you have an unstatus like Swell Pokemon. And once that happens, you have to make a huge decision what you're going to do next. Because that BRELOOM is going to use Spore. Now I know what you're thinking, but like ground back, there is like paralysis everywhere in Gen 1. So if you just want to like avoid, you know, getting spored, can't you just like go for like go into a paralyzed Pokemon instead? And yeah, that's true. That is something you can do. But keep in mind, like even when it comes to that, this thing still has Sword Stance and Hyper Beam. So whatever and they're gonna know what's paralyzed already. So if they predict you're gonna switch into that, they're gonna use a Sword Stance, and that might just do massive damage and not outright KO you. It doesn't matter what you do. This BRELOOM will put in a lot of damage. Either it's gonna like put something to sweep, or you're gonna take a Sword Stance, boost a Hyper Beam to the face. There is no doubt in my mind that a BRELOOM were to be in Gen 1, it would become the best Sword Stance Pokemon in OU overnight. Like I just can't see this thing like being bad. And hell, you know what I even believe? I even believe that in Ubers. I think that in Ubers, this thing would be amazing. Because like Mewtwo and then Mew. Like these guys are really good. But guess what? Like you actually play Ubers, you know that like they really don't go against mons like Executor or Swelbro. So like having like taking BRELOOM out against one of those can like pretty much take out one of your counters. You just have like a Mewtwo with like Amnesia. And then you have like, obviously you have Recover. And then like usually you either use like Thunderbolt or use Ice Beam depending on who you fear more. Between Swelbro and Executor, and then like you have like Psychic to like for special drops. But with BRELOOM, you can pretty much just build for one of them. So you can like, you pretty much can counter like most of Mewtwo's main counters. And God forbid, if your Mewtwo, or I don't think there's any situation where BRELOOM is out, you switch into a Mewtwo. But if your Mewtwo is paralyzed and like BRELOOM has a Sword Stance or something, like it's absurd. Now I have some replays ready. So, like I'll show you like some of these like other ones I did. Not as many as like Great Tusk or Aggron, because for the most part I think you probably get like why BRELOOM is good. But there's some things I was curious about. So here, like we go over like what of like wanted to see how much like Hyper Beam would do at first against Alakazam, and it does like 3/4. So like that's another thing. Like even if like they're not status, like a lot of the special attackers still need to like worry about like losing most of their HP even without any boost. So like BRELOOM with the Hyper Beam can pretty much take on almost anything in the meta. And here's like Executor. As you can see, it just gets like put to sweep really freaking easily. And then once it sweeps, there's like nothing you can do. So you can switch into Tauros. But then you have a Sword Stance boost. Hyper Beam doesn't even KO. It does not even like one-hit KO BRELOOM. And guess what? Body Slam and Hyper Beam don't KO BRELOOM. BRELOOM has it has like 80 defense, I'm pretty sure. So like the fact that Tauros can even like easily kill it, and it's freaking Tauros, that's terrifying. And there it is, like where it's paralyzed, and like if your Tauros can easily get revenge kill, your own Tauros is gonna take it out easily. And then like and here's like Tauros again, but like using Blizzard, doesn't even one-hit KO BRELOOM, does like 3/4. Though I will say I have done some testing and a crit will one-shot, but it doesn't matter. Like it's so easy as a BRELOOM to build Sword Stances, and then you just murder with Hyper Beam. Like there's no stopping this thing. It's a monster. And here I was just curious, and yeah, Mega Drain does cleanly 2-hit KO right on. So if you don't care about paralysis that much, you just want to heal, like, yeah, that also can work. And then like once that's done with, you're like just have like, you can just more easily just like dominate with Zapdos or something. And the final replay we have here, I was also curious because like 60 wasn't exactly sure just how good that really was. So I just put up against like, Jolteon with Thunderbolt. And like, yeah, just like Executor, it can be used as a like wall for like electric attacks as well. And obviously it easily takes out stuff like Jolteon. I regret not recording like seeing how it does against like Chansey's Ice Beam. But it doesn't really matter, because like Hyper Beam is going to do massive damage either way, and I doubt it's gonna like OHKO. Though admittedly, like I don't think you wanna just like hit it blindly with like no stats. But like I think BRELOOM can easily use like a Sword Stance, and then like kill with like boost to Hyper Beam. So normally I would do like I would end this with like a tier list showing how the matchups are, but I don't think that's really necessary here. This thing is a monster, and it can like, sure, Psychic types and Zapdos take it out pretty easily, but Psychic types and Zapdos do not want to get spored. They're scared of paralysis, and like even without those, the fact that like there's like no answer to spore once it gets taken out, because like if you have a sword Pokemon on the field, the moment BRELOOM comes out, you need to make a massive sacrifice, and there's nothing you can do about it. Either put something to sleep, or you risk like BRELOOM getting your free Sword Stance. And if that happens, you're probably just going to take a lot of free damage. Or yeah, they get a free turn where they get to like do massive damage to you with Hyper Beam. So, just to say that like this would be like A tier, S tier would be an understatement. I honestly believe that if BRELOOM existed in Gen 1, it would get banned. Maybe not the mod itself. It, like obviously probably just like just to move Spore. Because Spore would be way too powerful, which is like BRELOOM on its own. But then again, like considering like Parasect also has it, like maybe they would say, okay, like the move isn't busted, just the mod, and then they just ban BRELOOM, and having BRELOOM be the only non-legendary in Ubers would be really funny. But even in Ubers, I think it would still be a nightmare. So yeah, thank Arceus that BRELOOM is not in Gen 1. Like, that would be horrifying. But, what do you think? Am I, like, overhyping it a little too much? Do you think players would easily be able to go around it? And what other mons would you like to see me do? Because I like theorizing about what mons would theoretically be in, Gen 1 OU. I already have, like, 3 others on my mind that I would like to work on. But if you have any suggestions, please let me know. I have fun doing these. Until next time, this is Groundback, and I look forward to hearing from you.